which was a storyline that inspired Marvel Studios to introduce the most spectacular and most ultimate villain of Spider-Man into the Spider-Man Far From Home movie. Let's find out in today's video. But first, let me know in the comment section below that you got all the puns right. Hey, what's up nerdy, and this is Abhishek Nakate and I welcome you to the Dub Comics channel where we dub comic book issues that have been inspiring Hollywood filmmakers and TV producers to create superhero movies and or TV shows based on our beloved superhero characters and our storylines. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, then don't forget to click on the red subscribe down below to watch more such awesome videos like this. In this video, we'll find out the origins and the first appearance of Mysterio into the Spider-Man universe and find out the storylines on which the Spider-Man Far From Home movie is loosely based on. So without further ado, let's start with today's video. I know that's not a web song. The Amazing Spider-Man. We have done it. We have created the greatest villain of all time. Mysterio. Who or what is he? The Menace of Mysterio. Written by Stan Lee, art by Steve Ditko, and lettering by Art Simic. Before very long, you are about to meet a startlingly different breed of arch villain. Expect the unexpected when you see Mysterio. Our tale begins with the shocking suddenness of summer storm as we see, "Help! Police! I have been robbed!"
There he goes! He's getting away!
Did you recognize him?
Of course! It was Spider-Man!
Nobody else can leap or climb walls like that.
Waterman, on the roof. Well, this will take care of them.
Look out! He's tangling us up in that web of his! Hurry! We have got to cut ourselves free!
Too late! He's getting away!
Seconds later, hidden by a slow, rolling fog which spreads over the city, blotting out the moonlight, the colorful figure drifts silently to the ground, using a hastily improvised parachute made of thin, strong webbing.
He got away, but at least we know who it was. It was Spider-Man.
We'll get him sooner or later. But I never thought he had really turned to crime.
The next day, scenes like this take place all over the nation.
Read all about it. Spider-Man, wanted by police.
It's unbelievable. Why would you do that?
He probably decided to cash in all his superpowers. The crummy crook. The children had always admired him. This would be such a shock to them.
He must be nuts if he thinks he can get away with a one-man crime wave, no matter how powerful he is. Find all the old editorials I wrote, accusing Spider-Man of being a menace. I want to reprint them now, so people can see how right I was.
I can't believe this was Spider-Man. I still remember how he once saved my life.
Spider-Man sure had all of us fooled.
When I think how we made a hero of him, what fools we were.
Gee, I don't know, Liz. We can't be positive. He must still be innocent.
Knock it out, Flash. He's guilty and you know it.
This is impossible. It's insane. I know I didn't commit that crime. And yet those witnesses, that evidence. It couldn't have been an imposter. Nobody else can shoot a web as I do, or climb sheer walls the way I can with my spider power. There's only one other answer, but it's too awful to think about. Am I becoming a split personality? Perhaps I did, in my sleep, without knowing. Gosh, sorry Aunt May, that's the second dish I've dropped today.
Peter dear, you don't seem to be yourself. Is anything wrong?
I never thought this will happen to me. I'm afraid to shut my eyes, to go to sleep.
But eventually, sleep does come to Peter Parker. And the next morning, when he wakes up,
Bulletin. Spider-Man is struck again during the night. Oh no! What's happening to me? Am I losing my mind? Maybe I'm going mad. Doing things I can't remember the next morning. There's only one thing to do. Only one way to find out. Don't be alarmed, Doc. I just want to know one thing. Can a person do something in his sleep that he'd never do awake?
Spider-Man? If I can make a patient out of him, I'll make a medical history. Imagine a mysterious superhero who's a mental case. I think I can help you. Just come down from that wall and lie down on the couch. I'll try to probe onto your subconscious. Don't be nervous.
Okay, Doc, but no tricks, yeah?
Just make yourself comfortable here. Relax, and then tell me anything that comes to your head.
Appreciate this, Doctor. If you can help me, Oh no, what a mistake I almost made. If I just relax and say whatever I think of, I'm liable to give away my secret identity. I don't dare. Sorry, Doc. I just changed my mind. It looked like I'll have to find another solution. Sorry to have bothered you.
Wait! Come back! You're the kind of patient every psychiatrist dreams of. Stop!
I know I shouldn't do this while the whole city is hunting for Spider-Man. If I'm lucky, I may spot a crime being committed while I swing through town.
Look! It's Spider-Man! After him!
Call the police.
Don't let him get away.
It's worse than I thought. The public hates me now. And the terrible thing about it is, I don't know if they're right.
Meanwhile, at J. Jonah Jameson's office,
What do you call this meeting for, JJ?
Some nut sent me a note saying he could get rid of Spider-Man single-handedly. I told him to come up here and prove it.
You get it done. I am Mysterio. He's gone here looking the Spider-Man. There is reason for my disguise. If the Underworld ever finds out about my powers, they might try to stop me by threatening my family. Powers? What powers?
How do we know it's not a trick? You could be Spider-Man himself under that fishbowl.
You'll learn soon enough what I mean. What I say. Mysterio does not lie. I must go now. If you wish to end the menace of Spider-Man, follow the instructions in this envelope. Remember, although Spider-Man has great powers, the power of Mysterio is even greater. He's gone! What kind of a person was he?
Quite. I'll see what his letter says. I don't get it, but it must make sense, or Mysterio wouldn't have gone to all this trouble.
Print a notice in the Daily Bugle saying, if Spider-Man wants to learn the truth about himself, he should meet Mysterio atop the Brooklyn Bridge.
Did you see that? The letter vanished.
You know, JJ, if Spider-Man can be beaten, I've got a hunch that Mysterio is the one to do it.
Well, we have got nothing to lose. I'll print that notice, and if it means the end of Spider-Man, I'll become a hero to the people of this city.
This may be the chance I've been waiting for. Maybe Mysterio knows what's behind Spider-Man crime wave. I've got to meet him. I hope the whole thing isn't just a gag, but I can't afford not to check it out. I've got to move cautiously, in case it's a trap. But how can it be? There's no one in sight.
I am Mysterio. I'm the one who will single-handedly destroy Spider-Man.
It wasn't a gag. But if that costume clown thinks I'm a sitting duck, he's got another thing coming. I don't know what your game is, Mysterio, but hey!
Overconfident fool, my power is greater than yours. See how easily I can avoid your attack while swinging behind you, launching one of my own.
What's wrong, Mysterio? I don't hear you bragging now. How does he keep his balance that way without falling? I'll bet his shoes are magnetized. Well, I'll just grab him and... Holy cow! He dodged me again.
Did you think you could beat Mysterio with one measly blow?
That's what I get for pulling my punch because I want to take him alive? Well, if a wall-up can't beat you, let's see what a web can do.
I told you, my power was greater. Now watch me prove it.
At one gesture, he seems to be stopping my web in midair. The web is dissolving, vaporizing, as though it's been sprayed with a fine chemical mist, too small for the eye to see.
Too bad, Spider-Man. Your puny little bag of tricks is almost exhausted. But there is no limit to my powers. See how easily I can elude you anytime I desire.
That's his first big mistake. He can't lose himself in a cloud of smoke, or spider sense will lead me right to him. This never happened to me before. My spider sense isn't working. Something is interfering with it, jamming it. Can't see him, nor can I sense him. But I mustn't give up. I'll swing wildly. Maybe I'll be lucky. Ah! What a situation this is. I can't see him, but he sure can see me. He's got to be near me, somewhere. I'll keep swinging. He planned every detail of this fight, even finding a way to jam my spider sense. Oh! I've got to do something. He's making a helpless punching bag out of me. A spider strength enables me to resist blows that will knock out normal men. but I am still not invulnerable. Besides, it looks as though Mysterio does have superpowers, which are as great as my own. Ah! The longer I stay there, the more punishment I'll take. Only one thing to do, and this is it.
I have won. If Spider-Man couldn't defeat me, then nobody can. Now Mysterio is supreme.
Spider-Man has been defeated by Mysterio. We are proceeding with Operation Pickup.
What a drop! Uh-oh, police volleybirds. If I don't move fast, I'll be caught. Spider-Man swiftly fashions an airtight web element and places it over his head. This will enable me to hold my breath underwater long enough to get to safety. Well, one thing is certain. A defeat like this will sure keep me from ever getting too conceited. Then, after silently reaching his home, but the day wasn't a total loss. I did learn the answer to one of the things that's been worrying me. The next day, crowds line 5th Avenue as a motorcade drives by, led by a happily waving costume figure. Mysterio deserves this parade. At last we have someone who can beat Spider-Man.
Hooray for Mysterio! Spider-Man won't dare pull any more crimes in the city now.
Mysterio is just a big publicity hound, if you ask me. My dove is still on Spider-Man. You know something, Flash? You're not as dumb as you look. In fact, you're okay, fella. A short time later, at the office of J. Jonah Jameson,
I want the members of my staff to meet Mysterio, the man who beat Spider-Man. Mysterio is a real crime fighter. He's not afraid to meet people and to be interviewed as that cowardly Spider-Man was. And once Mysterio has defeated Spider-Man for good, he will reveal his true identity to my newspaper. Right, Mysterio?
Right. Just so long as you remember the money you promised me.
Mysterio, I want you to meet Peter Parker. Don't let his age fool you. Despite his youth, he's the best photographer I have got. I will expect him to take some great pictures of your next fight with Spider-Man.
I'll try not to disappoint you. Both of you.
But, unnoticed by anyone in the room, Parker's left hand contains a spider tracer.
While no one is paying attention, I'll just slip my little spider device in the folds of Mysterio's cloak. Like this. Now, I'll be able to trace his movements. There's more to Mysterio than meets the eye. And I'm going to find out what it is.
I shall leave you now, Jameson. In my own manner. Farewell. Till next time.
Ah, the spying device is beginning to register now. Hold it, Mysterio. We have some unfinished business to take care of.
Spider-Man, how?
You didn't think I'd let you choose the time and place for our next fight, did you?
Well, it doesn't matter where we battle. I can beat you here as I did on the bridge before. All I need to do is create my concealing mist, which makes you unable to see, and which also does your spider sense, so you cannot be prepared for my blows. Do I make myself clear, Spider-Man? Or do you want still more proof? I can do this all day.
Okay, I get the message. I can't cope with your bag of tricks, but admit one thing. It was you who committed those crimes. Disguised as me, wasn't it?
Of course. Only I have the genius to imitate, in fact, to improve upon your own powers. I might as well tell you the whole story, for I shall see to it that you never tell anyone else. I used to be a movie stuntman, and then I became a special effects man for the TV movies. I designed all sorts of costumes and props. Then I got the idea of imitating you. I spent many long weeks studying all your powers, all your abilities, everything that was known about you. I was sure I could duplicate your feats. Whatever Spider-Man does naturally, I will find a way to do it artificially. Using all the skill I had acquired designing movie props, I made a gun which fired a nylon cord, resembling your own web. I designed shoes and gloves with special suction cups, enabling me to cling to walls. A suction cup works. From a distance, no one will know I'm not really Spider-Man. My plan's imperfect. I could commit all sorts of crime, and you will get the blame. Then, I got a still greater idea. I'll create a separate identity for myself. I'd call myself Mysterio. Then, I'd battle you. When I defeated you, I'd be a national hero, for no one will know that Mysterio is both a criminal and a conqueror. My helmet is based on the principle of your eyepresses. I can see out, but no one can see in. I created a fine spray made of specially treated acid, which was for the sole purpose of dissolving your web, if you should ever use it against me. The bottoms of my boots contain chemical smoke ejectors, as well as magnetic plate springs, which enable me to duplicate your own amazing leaps. Even my name Mysterio was created to instill awe and fear in the hearts of my enemies. I was able to see you with my protective cloud, because I have a built-in sonar device which aids me at the same time as it jams your own spider sense. And now, I shall dispose you of forever.
Don't count on it, Big Mouth. I've got to stay around long enough to give this tape recorder to the police and prove my innocence.
A miniature recorder. Bah! It will do you no good. I'll destroy it after I have defeated you.
Not this time, Mysterio. Remember one thing. Your power is artificial, but mine is natural. And I'll bet on my natural spider powers anytime. I've got to circle around, try to find him within the mist. If I keep swinging, then sooner or later, I was right. There he is. I know I'm not a member of Actors Equity, but don't have time to get a union card right now. I've got a little job to finish first. You won't escape me with the smoke cloud again. My web will fall over you, like a net, trapping you.
Fool, I'm prepared for anything you can do. I will simply dissolve your web with my chemical spray and oof!
Thanks, fella. I hoped you had do that, to give me a chance to wallop you.
You forget I used to be a movie stuntman. I know how to roll with a punch, so as not to be hurt. And now, I will use my special spring boots to frustrate you again.
There's not a spring boot that will save you from me, Mysterio.
No, you can't stop me. You can't. I've waited too long. Planned too well. I can't be thwarted now.
Rolling with the punch isn't gonna help you now, Mysterio.
Didn't expect me to land upright due to my stuntman training, did you?
Nope, I'm overwhelmed. I don't see how little untalented me will ever defeat a genius like you.
Sarcasm won't help you now. I still know tricks you don't even suspect. Like tossing an enemy over my back through a sudden move. And now that you're off balance, I'll Huh? Where did you go?
Up here, I know a trick or two myself. You picked on the wrong guy when you tried to frame me, Mysterio. You should have found some easy victim, like the Human Torch for instance.
You haven't won yet, Spider-Man. I beat you once before, and I'll do it again.
Using a little smoke routine again? I'll say one thing for you, Mysterio. You never learn. Your concealing smoke screen won't help you, but I can use my spider sense. And you can't stop me from using it if I smash the jammer. Like this. And now, I'll do you the best favor of all. I'll finish this off quickly, so that you won't get too bored. And now, one last plunge into Mysterio's cloud of mist. And I'll wrap this thing up for good. With my spider sense completely operational now, it's a breeze to make my way through the mist and leave the TV studio unseen by anyone.
And a few minutes later, at police headquarters, I heard Mysterio was here. What happened, Chief?
It's incredible, Mysterio Mission. Spider-Man brought him in, and we have a full confession on tape from Mysterio's own lips. He is the criminal we have been seeking. Spider-Man is innocent.
Thanks to Spider-Man.
Mysterio is the guilty one? Spider-Man is innocent? And after all I wrote in my newspaper, I'll be a laughingstock. Again! Oh no.
Got time for a visitor, JJ?
You!
I just dropped by to congratulate you on the perfect record. So far you have been 100% wrong about me. I've got to hand it to you. I'll bet it's not easy to make a fool out of yourself all the time.
What? What are you going to do?
I just dropped by to help you, old pal. I figured you need a new outlook on life, so I thought I'd give you one. There!
Help! Get me down from here! I'll get you for this yet. And so, Spider-Man is vindicated by the public. Then, the next day...
Looks like you were right all along about Spider-Man, Flash.
I'm right about everything. But what about you, Knothead? Are you satisfied now that Spider-Man is one of the greatest guys around?
Heck no, Flash. Personally, I still wouldn't trust him any further than I can throw him.
Minutes later.
Poor Flash. If he only knew the real identity of his favorite hero, it would be worth anything to tell him someday, just to watch him explode.
Hey, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you love our today's mysterious villain Mysterio, then don't forget to check out our picks for best Mysterio mugs on Amazon. I'll link them in the show notes down below. Our next video focuses on the villainous team, the Elementals, which are also introduced in the Far From Home movie. So come back next week to watch our new video. And don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. This will help to keep us motivated and make amazing content for you guys. This is the end of puns. Lastly, if you want to remain updated to the comic book world, then don't forget to check out our other social media pages like Facebook and Instagram. And that's it. We post latest news and memes almost every day. I'll also add the links to the pages down in the description below. Till then,